how to support people who are going through this mental illness called depression. Hi everyone, this is Peter from The Matching Guys. Well, we don't have a YouTube channel anymore, but I have decided to make inspirational and motivational videos on Facebook and Instagram, and a short version of Instagram. Anyways, so today I would like to shine a little light on the topic called depression, the mental illness that I have suffered for a long time. I am better now, thanks to my fiance, William, and some other people who have supported me. So, I would like to today discuss how to support people who are going through this mental illness called depression. Okay? Depression could be very difficult to understand if you have never been through it yourself, and you might be confused how to help someone who is going through this dangerous mental illness that our society still don't understand most of. Okay, so I will be giving you about like 5 tips if you are like a loved one, friend, or family member of someone who is going through a depression. This is basically for you. Number 1, I cannot emphasize enough, you need to get professional help. Okay, I am personally against the medicine, as I've done my research and I have been told by many people that try to snap out of it, as a lot of people call it, by just talking to someone or seeking some professional help through therapy instead of going through medicine. Okay, mind you, that word hurts a lot when someone says snap out of it. Please do not use that word. Okay, I purposely did it so that please be aware of not to use this word in front of person who is going through depression. Number 2, respect their personal experiences. As I said earlier, it's very easy for people who haven't gone through depression or who have no idea what depression is like to pass on judgment and snap judgment on someone and just saying, hey, why don't you just snap out of it? Please do not do that to a person who is going through depression, because it's in their mind, it creates the vision of negativity that person is not understanding. So what you could do, instead of passing judgment, just provide your empathy to someone and just be there for them. It makes a big difference for a person who's going through depression to have a set of ear that could listen. That's all they really want. Number 3, send a meaningful text. Okay, as we live in a technological era, we all have cell phone and we spend hours and hours on social media and all other bunch of stuff, right? So instead of like, just take a minute out of your busy life on social media and just check up on your friend. Okay, even though you are checking up on your friend, the key is to send a meaningful text, the text that has a reason and a purpose. Okay, so the reason could be for you to send that text is like, hey, did you watch the last night game, or did you check up on your favorite show? Like these days, like when you go through depression, like your body is just reacting in a way that you don't even want to get out of your bed. So most of us these days, as I've been talking to a lot of people before, when I was going through depression, they are going through depression too. So they're like, okay, we all spend time on Netflix watching shows, TV shows, watching sports, whatever your interests are. And if someone actually asks, hey, did you watch the last night game or watch the last night episode of like Sense8, let's say. I love Sense8 show. So like, let's say if someone asks me, oh, hey, did you watch the last night episode of Sense8? It's like, oh my God, it was mind-boggling. It was great. Or whatever not. So that's like a conversation starter. And at the same time, you're checking up on your friend. It's like, hey, he's okay. He's not having bad thoughts. Number 4. Okay, this is very crucial. Do not pile on the pressure. Okay, they're already pressured enough. They thought something was not going their way, or whatever reason they thought that they're not good enough for themselves. They are basically in this shell right now that they think that they are not good enough. Okay, their mind is telling them that something is not right. So if you add more pressure, if you pass more judgment onto it, then that's the worst thing you could do to someone that you know. Okay? The best thing to do is, it might be very difficult for you to see them struggle through daily tasks that's very simple for any human being to do. Like for example, if they haven't done their dishes, please do not do the dishes for them. Give them enough courage, give them enough strength that, encourage them that, yeah, you can do it. And if they can't, just let them know that you are there for them. That's all. That's all any one of us want when we are going through depression. Number 5. Okay, this is the most important, and I cannot emphasize enough. The worst thing that you could do to a person who's going through depression is make them feel uncomfortable. They are already uncomfortable as is in this society. That society is still, we are in 2018 and we are still not understanding the mental illness issues that people go through on a daily basis. We spend hours and hours, like weeks, days, on looking something great, just trying to portray something great of our physical self. The problem with us these days, especially with social media and everything with technology, that we all have secluded ourselves in this little bubble that you need to get out and see the world yourself. Okay, we see we can see it on the Facebook, someone is going through vacation, but you don't see their struggle, and then you get anxious, you get depressed. So one thing you could do not make them uncomfortable. Okay, instead of asking hey, snap out of it, hey, you want to come meet me at the pub or the restaurant, the last thing they want to do is just be surrounded by people. Especially if someone who has major anxiety, they would not want to be around with a lot of people. What you could do is you could suggest that, hey, you want to go stroll outside in nature? You want to go outside for a walk? You want to go for a little walk? We can go somewhere if you want. And that could make a big difference in someone's life, especially when they're going through depression. They will cherish you for that. Just saying that, hey, you letting them know that you are there for them by asking them that, hey, you want to do something with me, and that activity is up to you. That activity is up to the person who's going through depression to see, hey, yeah, I do want to go somewhere. I want to go outside to have a little walk, a little bit of fresh air. It will do wonder for people who are going through depression. Okay, so these are the 5 steps that I told you about. Hope it actually helps people who are going through depression, and hopefully it also help other people who are not going through depression to understand to compensate the person who's going through depression, their needs and stuff. Okay, remember, life is short, life is beautiful, and so are you.